Hello, welcome to episode 6 of the Wet and Git course. Today, we will learn more about the command line, which is the terminal in Mac and Git Bash in Windows. Okay, so in previous episode, we have already learned some basic commands. For example, the cd command, which stands for change directory. So we can change directory from our root directory, which is the snake, into our code and then numbers are fun directory. And we can use tab for autocomplete. And then we can also use the ls command, which stands for list, to list out everything we have in the directory of numbers are fun. If you're wondering what the left-hand side is, the left-hand side is simplified documentation of the commands we are teaching today. For Mac users, you should know how to regenerate the documentation on your own computer in the last episode. And while for Windows users, you can just pause the video and look at the documentation. So as you can see, there are more fancy variants to ls. For example, you could list files with their size, so we could use ls-lh. And I also want to show hidden files, so I think I could add 2 flags at once. So, alright, so you can see we have hidden files, including .git, .gitignore, which you couldn't see before, and we can also see the size of every file. So another one we have learned before is touch. Touch is the command used to create a new file. So we could just touch test.txt and a new file called test.txt shall be created. And similarly, mkdir creates a new directory. So new folder. Remember, we do not want our file names or folder names to have space in between, or else it is quite clumsy. However, if you somehow wanted to, you should enclose your folder name with double quotes. So if I type ls right now, and you could see both folders are created. And now moving on to the first command that I haven't taught before, which is the rm command. Rm stands for remove, and it is for removing files and folders. So to remove a file, you could just say rm, which file have we just created? Yeah, we've just created text.txt, so just remove that, and ls, as you can see, it's gone. And we could also try to remove folders, but it's more complicated. For example, we could remove the new underscore folder. So let's try this. And it doesn't work because new underscore folder is a directory. So look at the documentation closely. If you want to remove a directory, you have to use the flag -r. So remember, to access past commands, you could just type up or down arrows. So I would do rm-r, new folder, and it is deleted. Next, let's try deleting the docs folder and regenerate it using npm run build. So let's try rm-r docs. And just to check, the docs folder is gone. And before we forget, let's regenerate the docs folder. And just a reminder, we haven't come across this situation, but sometimes when you try to remove a folder, the computer will prompt you repeatedly saying, like, do you want to remove this file? Are you confirmed to remove this file, etc.? And if that is the case, then you have to run the command again with rm-rf, which bypasses all those confirmations, and you could finally remove your folder with ease. Alright, so now let's move on to the next command, which is cp. cp stands for copy. So you could copy files. For example, we could copy the gulp file, cp gulp file.js, and then we could copy to gulp file copy, maybe just for demonstration. And you could look at the VS Code. The copy file is created, and both of them have the same contents. So similar to rm, we could copy directories using the -r flag. So we could do cp -r docs and then docs copy, and we have our copy of our docs folder. So, and both of them have the same contents. So finally, the mv command, which is the move command. So one usage of it is to rename files and folders. So for example, we want to rename the gulp file copy into maybe hello world.js, and you could just have a look, and you could see hello world.js, but file copy.js is removed. And similar results for folder. So we could just move .copy into maybe just a random name. And this time you do not need the -r flag for some reason. So I think that is all the commands that I want you to take a look in this course. And before we end this episode, we have to make sure that we delete the files and folders we have created. So we could do git status to see what we have created and remove every one of them using the rm command we've just learned. So we could do rm hello world.js and also rm-r because this is a folder, docs copy 2, and run git status again, and everything is cleared. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.